All right, everybody, welcome to the Studying Brew, episode 957 on this beautiful evening. It is a Wednesday. It is going to be a good one. I don't know if Brandy has content. I don't know if she's got techniques tonight. I don't know what she's doing, but it's going to be a good one. She shook her head yes on the technique. So I guess we're going to do some more techniques tonight. It's going to be another one. So I feel like DJ Khaled, another one. All right, so we're going to have a good one tonight, guys. It's going to be a lot of fun. You're going to learn some stuff. I hope you liked last night because there's going to be some more of the same. So we're going to have fun with it. All right. So my name is Andy. I'm the guy that runs the back office over here at KonaButterflyz, but you're not here for me. You're here for the blonde. She's got her Series 6, 63, 26, Series 65, and her Series 7. We like to call her Brandy, and she's more than qualified to teach you all the things you need to know so that way you too can get a pass notice. And that's what we're here for, a pass notice. A pass notice. That's right. Guys, we focus on passing the exam. That's what we want to focus on. Again, so many people, they ask me, they're all the time, they're like, hey, can you do this on the weekend? Can you do that? Guys, I'm going to say it again. We are not a content dump. We are showing you how a system and how to pass exams. We have a whole thing set up with our members area where we go over exam mastery in great detail. So if you like what you see on tonight, even though there's some YouTube stuff, we do not go into the detail of mastering this stuff unless you're on the sessions that we do on Mondays and Fridays in great detail. And then we have our academy. We've got other stuff we got going on for lives during the week. We got content, we got audios, we got all this stuff, all for you to join. And it's not just, same price as everybody pays for a crash course for 3 days. You're getting like whole months worth of all this stuff, all these resources, so you can use this. So if you feel like you need more information, if you feel like you need more, charts, if you feel like you need more tables, if you feel like you need more, guess what? We have all that, but we have it broken down to what you need to know and less of the stuff that you don't need to know.
Yes.
I think I said that right. Yes. Guys, we are the Cliff Notes of this generation. No, I was kidding. We remember back in the day when you had to write a paper in high school and you didn't read the book? Yeah, we got the Cliff Notes, the big yellow book, and we knocked out an essay over the night. Kind of the same thing with our study guides. Be sure to check it all out. And if you haven't gotten onto it, guys, scan the QR code, hit the links. I'm not going to waste any time tonight. Let's get straight to the commercial so we can get straight to the lesson and get on with it, because you guys got to get your exams going. You got to get them quizzes going. And it's the same as I said yesterday. You cannot get this stuff done without being consistent. And if you got something that's not interesting you, if you feel like when you watch the, what they say, you get what you pay for. And I know there's a lot of study preps that are signed up with different firms and you get it for free. Ours is Kaplan, whatever. And they have the most boringest content videos. They're like the most boringest, driest. It's like someone reading a book, but purposely wants you to fall asleep. It's just that.
Yeah.
And guys, we're not that. So check us out. We got, you could tell by our Studying Brew, can't you? It's a different vibe. It's a different way of getting through the stuff. Brandy's got ADD, ADHD, whatever it is. It's on high. And I'm going to let you know, there's no way she could have got through any of that if it was. She would not make something that was that boring and so it's hard to get through. That is one of the things that we try to do with all of our stuff and all of our programs. We only do 1 hour to 2 hours at a time, because any more than that, your brain just shuts off. You ever notice that? Like, it just shuts off. You're just like, okay, I've been sitting here. And if you're having this problem where you're sitting and you're studying for 3 hours straight and you only remember the first 20 minutes of when you sat down and the last 10 minutes of before you got up, you need to stop your study sessions.
Yeah.
They are counterproductive. You
should watch my TikTok.
You should watch your Brandy's TikTok, but you should also get onto our study program, because we show you how to make a more effective study session. We're going to be going over that. That's probably this Sunday. Mm-hmm. We're going to be talking about how to make them more effective. We're going to be talking about not having quantity of time sitting there. Guys, it doesn't matter. Have you ever been to the gym and you notice that one guy that sits on the I want to say sit on the treadmill, but sits on the bike or even stands on the treadmill almost, where they're like barely moving, but yet they're there, and they're there for like 2 to 3 hours. And I'm not talking about somebody who's rehabbing. I'm talking about somebody who's like trying to make a fitness goal And then they're in there, they're like, yeah, I'd put 4 hours in the gym. But yeah, but you were reading a newspaper while you were sitting on the bike and your legs were barely moving. I grant you that is better than just sitting on the couch. But if you're trying to make a goal, it's not about the quantity of time you're sitting in there, it's the quality. You can knock out something in 40 minutes and get way more benefit than if you were sitting there for 44 hours, right? Or 40 hours. It doesn't matter. If you literally just sit there and then you turn your brain off 20 minutes in, what does it matter after that? What are you doing there? So we got to really focus on quality and over quantity. And a lot of people think they're going to get somewhere where they're studying for 6, 7, 8 hours. I call it studying penance. It's not necessarily useful. You can get a good study session in 1 to 2 hours a day. We had somebody pass the Series 65 and literally he did only 2 hours a day, period. Mm-hmm. Did not set a timer, never went over 2 hours. That's it. Got the 65 done in about 60 days. That was it. Mm-hmm. 2 hours a day. You can do that. So if you want to join in, we're more than just the content dump. Like I said, scan the QR code, hit the links, join up for one of our programs. Kona Academy is going to be starting over in September. We're about halfway through. If you really wanted to get in there, you could. You can catch up if you want over the weekend. Study guides are available. We got all that stuff. 951-290-3077. That's the phone number. Follow us on Instagram. You can even get on our Telegram, which is like a bulletin board. And I'll see you there. All right, we got a full day tomorrow. We got the Kona Academy. We got the Series 65, or speaking of the Series 65, we got small group tutoring. Tutoring if you need it. Like if you're going through it and you're like, hey, I need that extra help. We have that. We have that available. And soon we will be unlocking next month. We will have another one. We'll be very limited space. And Brandy will be doing individual tutoring for all these different exams, but she's only taking 5 students on in time. And let me tell you, it's not going to be cheap and it's not going to be easy. Because Brandy will be texting you and she will be asking you what's going on. And there will be a point, if you're not taking it serious, we will ask you to downgrade because we don't want you in the club anymore. Even though you're paying us, you're taking up a spot. You're taking up time. Time is money. And so we will be unleashing that soon. And it basically unlocks everything, including Brandy's time on a one-on-one scale. So we will have that soon. All right. So check it out. Like I said, you know the drill. Scan the QR code, hit the links. Let's get to it, Brandy. Well, it might not be Test Taking Techniques Tuesday, but we still have the same rules. Pay attention to how Brandy breaks down these questions. Look how she's answering them. Notice that she attacks them, answers first, questions next, because we are going to read these questions with intent. Guys, I know that this is different than you were taught in elementary school. I know it's taught differently than you were taught in junior high, high school, maybe even college. Look, guys, you can't be doing the same thing all and expect different, right? These are a different higher end exam. These are not, they're not for the weak of heart. No. And I don't mean to scare you, but you can't approach it the same way. You got to have a good strategy and a tactic to get after it. And sometimes people get so scared of it because I say that, and then they're like, they overthink it, they overdo it. Look, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying is it's a different challenge. You have to meet it with a different approach. Does that make sense? It's a different challenge. You have to meet it with a different approach. And look, I've had doctors, lawyers, dentists. We've had all kinds of people from all over. And look, guys, it challenged them. But you have to be humble, and you just got to just figure this out by doing what we do here. So Brandy's going to show you exactly what that is. Like I said, if you like to know more in further detail, join us on all the other stuff we have going on. I do like the fact that we got Wisdom Wednesday. That's a good one. I like Wisdom Wednesday. That's a good one. So watch how Brandy breaks it down. Rule number 1 to Wisdom Wednesday. You're not allowed to ask what exam did that question come from. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what it is. It's all works on any of these multiple choice exams. We've had people pass their MLO exams. We've had people pass, tattooing exams. We've had people pass their alcohol and beverage control licensing renewal fee, whatever they called it. We've had people get their MBA. We've had people pass multiple stuff. We teach this to our high school kids. We taught them when they're junior high. Guys, we've had teachers that have attended this on our, we used to do workshops on Saturday. Literally school teachers would attend our workshops so they can teach their kids in school. This is something that works on multiple choice exams. It doesn't matter what it is. Even SAT, we've had somebody even be on there with their kids with their SAT because they're learning a different way to approach these exams. So look at the strategy, look how Brandy's looking for it, the patterns, all the different things we call monas, opposites, all that stuff. And then the second rule is we want you to go put it to use. You got to go practice. Look, just like learning the crossover dribble, you might hit your leg, you might not, be able to do it. Shoot, you might not even know what a crossover dribble is.
Thank you.
Cross your butt. Anyways, it's the whole thing. So that might be a thing. You don't even know what it is, right? This is how you get to know what it is, and this is how you get good at it. You're gonna fumble it. You're gonna you're gonna mess up. We messed up when we were learning to walk, right? When we were learning to ride a bike. I don't know why as adults we feel like we have to master everything on the first go, and there's no such thing as practice, or there's no such thing as a learning curve. I don't know why we do that, but somehow we lost that. And look, you're going to mess up, you're going to fail, and that's how you learn. You learn more from failing than you do from getting things on the first go anyway. So practice it. We want you to do a 10-minute quiz, 10 questions, 1 minute of thought, just go. And speaking of just go, let's go, Brandy.
All right, guys.
On our Wisdom Wednesday, our first ever Wisdom Wednesday.
Love it. All right. So we have financial or default risk, liquidity or marketability risk, call or reinvestment risk, or inflation and purchasing power risk, right? So this is always in the news, right? The inflation stuff.
We feel like it's always in our pocket too,
I'm just going to say this. It's about spending money. Right. If you guys don't know anything else about inflation or purchasing power, all you know it's about spending a lot of money.
I'm going to say this. If you don't know, I mean, I could be totally wrong, and I've been wrong many times, and you guys all seen it. Brandy corrects me and says, no, that's not it. But to me, purchasing power risk is the risk of not being able to purchase anything.
I mean, yeah.
I mean, I know there's probably more to it.
To the Superman.
Yeah. Like all of a sudden my dollar doesn't go as far. Some of us are feeling that now, right? With the groceries. We used to be able to fill our trunk of our car with $200. Now it's just barely the front seat.
That's right. All right. Call.
Reinvestment risk?
Yeah. Let's just say call it back. Like
the risk of not being able to reinvest anything.
Like a dog. Like, I'm going to call it back.
We made a mistake.
By the way, I just want you guys to know, my dog's ultimate callability. They chase after a dude selling solar, and I'm all, yo, come back. They did. All right. Liquidity or marketability. Somebody put it in the chat. That's about selling, right? I need to sell my Barbies. And then financial or default risk. I think at one point we have heard of defaulting on a loan. Exactly. Defaulting on a loan or not making a payment.
They're not making the payments. They're not paying off that debt.
Right.
They owe, they're not paying it off. And now that's a big risk if you are the person loaning the money, right? Shoot, you don't even have to put it into in securities terms. Think of it as like you rent, you let a friend borrow or a neighbor.
Yeah. And
you're like, dang, I hope they really return that $200.
Yep. Hope you make your car payment. Okay. All right. All right. The risk that an investor might not be able to sell an investment quickly.
There you go.
That's my sound effects.
We're connecting the sell with the vibe of the selling, because liquidity is just basically being able to sell off stuff.
Yeah, you guys have heard of the liquidation sales, the mattress sales.
I like to take it out of securities and be like, let's just say we want to raise some funds. I'm selling my Switch, or am I selling my Xbox? I'm selling my TV. I'm selling my car.
Or my Barbies.
Nobody wants it.
Yeah.
Dang it. This is not going well.
Exactly. All right. Is the disclaimer placed by the underwriters in the tombstone advertisement mandated by the FINRA to be placed in both the preliminary and final? Mandated to be in the final. Whoa, wait a minute. In the final prospectus by the Securities and Exchange Commission, or placed by the issuer in the preliminary prospectus. See does have parentheses in the SEC. Oh, so does B. They both do. Darn. That's might not be the clue. But guys, look, B and C both say mandated to be there, right? Okay, ready? Boom. All right. The statement, these securities have not been approved or disapproved, nor have any representations made about the accuracy or the adequacy of the information. Why does it need to be in the preliminary? And isn't it the SEC that regulates securities anyways? I mean, it does say Securities and Exchange Commission, right? Securities and Exchange Commission. It doesn't say Financial Regulatory Authority.
Okay, correct me if I'm wrong or not, or if I'm right or whatever. Isn't FINRA more about like the licensing part of it? Who's right? Who's supposed to be able to? Who's licensed? Who's registered? Who's like they control the rep side of it, like the people part of it.
The people, perhaps maybe they're
Who's
called
selling it? The regulatory
enforcer.
So if I see something that has something to do with securities, I should never think about it as a FINRA thing unless it's talking about.
Don't say never.
Okay, not never, but I should think mostly.
You can pretty much lean. You can.
I can lean more that way.
Yeah. FINRA is people. SEC is securities. Make sense, guys?
There you go.
Yeah, that's exactly it. SEC, think of securities and issuers. FINRA, think of reps, broker dealers. Registration of people, enforcing people rules, not necessarily the securities rules. Yeah. Very good. Very good. You're learning after 956 episodes.
57.
7. You kind of pick up a thing or two inadvertently.
900 episodes, guys. We can do it too.
All right. Issuance of warrants, dividends on the issuer stock, common stock, reverse split, interest on the issuer's bonds. Okay. Check this out. There's a couple of things happening here. One, warrants, stock, and we know that splits have to do with stock. Bonds would be separate, right? Bonds is like the only thing different.
Yeah, stocks and bonds are usually the opposites of each other.
Yes. And speaking of opposites, just like mentioned in the chat, this is talking about the issuers and this is talking about the issuers. So these are similar or opposite.
That's like I said, stock and bond, opposite, issuer, issuers.
Exactly. And deep dive here a little bit, dividends are income and so is interest. So B and D, similar, opposite, and D is different. So the answer is
D, double dip.
Right?
You don't know what the double dip is?
Now you do.
Get into our live exam mastery classes.
Issuers are not required by the SEC to give notice of corporate actions to shareholders for actions such as interest. Guys, because when they issue the bond, all of that stuff's laid out. We make payments in June and December. We pay this much interest. So I don't need to say it every 6 months. Hey, yo, son, you know I'm paying that in interest. It's already there when you buy the bond. Boom. Already there.
It's the selling point of the bond.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
It is the selling point. You know what I mean? Like, how about this bond? Well, what do I get?
What's my coupon?
It's like you automatically goes together.
Do people even know what coupons anymore? Yeah, I guess so. Because I just told Zoe, my daughter, we were at Michael's.
Know what a Groupon is.
And I said, hey, Zoe, look up to see if there's any more Michael's coupons online. Found a 30%.
You are the sound effect person today.
I am. That's because of all the delicious coffee.
You had a lot of caffeine today.
MSRB, municipal. Ugh.
Rule maker.
It is the rule-making board. It is the Municipal Securities Rule-Making Board. You go on their website, it says the words rule-making. Rule-making. Look, I don't know why Kaplan forgets it.
Look, this is a Kaplan, and this is what I'm going to say about the real exam. You guys got to be careful because that is the real word. The Q Bank has it wrong, so make sure that you know that word. That if you see that on there, that's what they're talking about.
That's right. Oh, and we just talked about FINRA being people or the enforcer. Somebody put on there the big dog. B is the big dog. That's right. I said that in my SIE class the other day.
Big dog. Rope.
I said it's literally the big dog.
Big dog's got to eat.
Wait, hold on. Look at what I put here. Oh, Tim, I saw what you put in the chat. I like that. I'm gonna use it in a second. Look at words relate teeny bit of content, right? Words relate teeny bit of content. So, oops, wrong one. Sorry, guys. So Tim in the chat. Oh wait, no, sorry, that was Eric. Sorry, Eric.
We'll give Tim that credit.
Give Tim credit. SEC is the big dog, but FINRA, the enforcer, is the guard dog.
There you go. So I would actually put that down on a note. I would put that on a card. If you have a hard time figuring out what the rules are, SEC is the big dog.
Mhm.
They're in charge. They're, as Brandy said the other day, head honcho. And then the FINRA is your guard dog.
Exactly. And the New York Stock Exchange, I mean, it's an exchange. It's like a
You got the emperor and you have the emperor's cards.
it's like a flea market. The New York Stock Exchange is like a flea market.
Flea market, your outdoor swap meet.
Yeah, exactly. Okay.
How much for that hat?
I will $15. I only
I'll
have
give
a
you
10.
I'll give you 5.
Yeah. Okay. Which regulatory body oversees trading in the over-the-counter market? Oh, but there's nothing in pink written about that, right? All right.
Well, who oversees everything? Who's the big dog?
Well, the over-the-counter market. and
Oh,
trading,
I see you. Trading market.
that means
that
secondary.
means exchange.
But
No,
it's not the exchange because this is not done in the flea market. This is done off to the side through the dealers. Get it? It's over the counter. So it's not municipal securities. It's not the big dog. It's not an exchange. It is the guard dog.
that one could get lost on me on the techniques.
It could, but the way I did it in my head when I pulled this question was it's not municipal. It's not the exchange.
Well, now that I see it says regulatory body,
Yes. See. Anyways. Oh, I should probably reveal.
but because the exchange is not a regulatory body.
It is the big dog.
Well, the New York Stock Exchange is a flea market.
Yeah. Okay. So Andy mentioned Mona, right? Must, only, never, and always. And must, only, never, and always are usually not true.
Not true.
Sometimes they are true, but most of the time they're not.
C has an A has an only. B has a neither nor.
Only, neither, and a nor.
D has an only.
Both, only. We like the word and here.
Yep. And C has a both. And so it's kind of like a true, I guess. So I would just go with C.
So I'm going to show you something real quick. We think the answer C, right?
No, I said I would have, but not seen the question.
Yeah. Sight unseen, we think the answer C, right?
Okay.
So check out this question. ABC's corporation stock is trading at 35. A client purchased a 50 call. All of you who hate options are now completely checked out.
Not only that, but they're going, I like Andy's version of the C because I don't want to figure this out.
Now listen to this. We already got rid of A and D, right? Because they both say only.
Yeah.
The option's current value is made up of, how about the ones that say?
That is true.
Does that make sense, guys? It's talking about what makes up the current value.
And B says neither nor intrinsic value means there is no value.
There is none. None.
Neither nor value means no value, right?
None.
It said neither nor.
Zilch.
Means nothing. So the only one with value is C.
Right. And if you guys are studying, you guys will relate these words. Oh, fun fact, SIE Academy tomorrow. Options and risks. Oh yeah, one more question. Oh yeah, this one actually, I had to slow down this one. Okay, because I ignored the technique. I had to slow down because I ignored the very obvious technique, right? Okay, firm must maintain a do not call list.
Don't sweat the technique.
Calls made to parties with whom the caller has an established business relationship. Calls made on behalf of tax-exempt nonprofit organizations are exempt. Cold calls may be done between 8 a.m. and 9 p.m. in the time zone. Now, here's where I completely at first ignored one of our techniques. One of our techniques is not only the and, but also 8 a.m., 9 p.m. It's the only one with numbers in it. We like answers that only have numbers in it. If you guys watched the Studying Brew last night, and the way I remember this whole time zone thing, 8 comes before 9, A comes before P, 8 a.m. to 9 p.m. Right? So I'm getting ready to. So then I look at the question, right? Because I'm like, they're all true. I look at the question and it says true except. So I went, oh crap, what did I miss? I didn't even finish reading D because I'm ignoring the technique. And the D says where the representative lives. We all know, because the world is small now, if you're on the East Coast and you're calling somebody to the West Coast and it's 8 a.m. where you're at, it's 5 a.m. over on the West Coast.
Yeah, let me tell you.
He's even way.
Some of y'all leave me messages at 4 a.m. and you're all like, hey, it's me from Florida. I'm like, yeah, of course, 4 a.m.
Yes. Don't.
Why y'all sleeping at 7 a.m., 8 a.m.? Don't you guys have regular hours?
Guys, I ignored the technique. I almost got the question wrong simply because I ignored the technique and I didn't see there versus that. Does that make sense? So that's the answer.
I would have gone with D, just based on the fact that it's got numbers.
I know, but I wanted to give a little bit more tonight. Just a little bit. Just a little bit more. Teeny bit.
You can call me at 5 a.m. on the Pacific time. You'll get a voicemail. It'll go right to it. Now, honestly, it doesn't matter because I mean, look, I know how to work the sleep option on my phone, so it goes right to right to voicemail. Leave a voicemail, leave a text. I'll get back to you when we are officially open for business after I've had my coffee. You know what I mean?
Yes.
I gotta put my customer service drink in order. You know what I mean? All right, everybody.
Nectar of niceness.
There you go. Nobody wants the unnice. So, all right, we did it. We went through another batch of questions. Tomorrow, though, we're going to mix it up. Brandy is going to use some content. There's going to be some content training a little bit. There's going to be some looking at these things with content, a little bit of techniques. We're going to have a little bit of both in there. It's going to be a dichotomy of it all. It's going to be tying up Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, all together up into this one on tomorrow night. Same bat time, same bat channel. We got the academy tomorrow. We got 65ers. We got tutoring. It's all going to be fun, but none of it can happen if you don't stay safe out there. Wash your hands. Don't touch your face. Don't touch your friends. That's all I know. Keep the positive mental attitude. PMA. Everybody have a great night.
Thank you guys so much for being on. We super appreciate you guys. Practice the techniques in your quizzes. Do those flash quizzes. We will see you guys tomorrow. Have a great one.